Hi guys, welcome back to Little Piece of Heaven Farm. And today I'm just going to take you around while I'm doing things. And I'm going to put a crock pot on. We're going to have a pot roast. So I'm going to put in our broth, some broth that I canned, mushrooms, some of our onion jam. But later on, I'll put in my veg, which I'm going to put in a jar of the succotash that we made. And our onions, leftover onions, potatoes, and carrots. That'll go later. But for right now, I'm putting in these and just getting them warmed up. And then I'll take you to the stove and I'm just gonna sear my meat, and yeah, we'll just get everything rolling, and you just follow me along today of why I'm doing a little bit of things. So it's not really a how-to, it's more or less, yeah, just hanging out with me, a bunch of friends just hanging out, because it helps breaks the seal, because these have really hard seals. So, that smells good. And in our onion jam, whole jar. So we're going to get this going. Stir that around, just get it hot and going. And then I'll bring you over to the stove. Okay guys, so here's my little roast. You know, it's just a small one for Farrah and I. And I'm going to take some of the herb de France that we had made. And I'm going to have to make some more, so maybe I might do that in this video. Show you guys, and you know, if I have all the ingredients. So I'm just going to rub it in there. And I have been had the pan getting heated. So we're just going to slap it in there. We're just going to lock in the flavor and the juices. We're going to do this same side. Season it. You know. Okay. Give it a little bit more. And then we're going to turn it a little bit. Get that fancy sear on it. And we're going to do the sides. There we go. Together. Okay. Alright, I'm going to turn this a quarter turn. And so I'll have to check to see if I have enough herbs to make the herb Provence. I also have a video on that, a full video. And see what else we can get into, like maybe making bone broth or something. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to sear it on the sides. Maybe not all the sides. Just enough to get it brown. As it is starting to fall apart, guys. Well, let's just call that good. I don't want to drop my meat on the floor. Okay. Now we're going to put it in our crock pot. Knuckle it down in there. And I'm going to take this back to the stove. And I'm going to put in some of my dry goods into this. I have some zucchini from last year that I want to put in there. And I think I have some dry celery. So yeah, let's get that going. So, there's a little bit of dry zucchini and some of my celery. And I dehydrate this, guys. It adds good flavor. Now I can't get the lid off. There you go. Oh. Okay. And that's going to do it. Alright, put the lid on. Now we got dinner going. Yay for me. Okay, let's see what else we can get into. Well, guys, if I wanted to or not, I have to make some broth. I went out to our little freezer that we have, and I was going through looking for my scraps and stuff. Well, Farrah and I are having pizza for dinner. I mean, for lunch. And I got to make broth if I wanted to or not today. Somehow the power got tripped out there in our mud room. And Farrah, you know, fixing it. So, yeah. It's going to be an eventful day. Probably going to have to... maybe I might just take some of these peaches that got defrosted and make another rustic pie. How's that sound? Anyway, yeah, let's get into making this bone broth. Okay, I got Big Bertha here. And the things that I have, it's going to be 90% carrot. And I don't know, I saved like all the ends on my carrots. So, we're gonna start putting this all in the pot. So this is, you know, this is a lot, but hey, we're gonna make bone broth, and we're gonna let it simmer all day, all tonight, and then can it up tomorrow. Because we got to get this stuff done, used up, or, you know, it's going to go bad. So this is another way, you know, to help preserve things. Like, say if the power did go out for a long period of time, anything that's in your freezers are going to defrost. We don't know how long the power's been out in that mudroom, and you know, things are pretty soft. So I gotta get it in the pot, make something out of it. So I had some greens I saved in these little bags. I'm just going to throw them all in here. It's going to add nutrients and stuff like that to the broth. I just have a lot of stuff to wash. And neither one of us can figure out why we saved a little bucket of cherry tomatoes. But yeah, so guess what? Some's gonna go in our beef stew, well, our pot roast, that add nice flavor to the broth in there, and we're gonna put the majority of them in here. Because I need to use them or I'm going to lose them. Alright. So I think the rest of these little guys, I'll put them in the other broth. Okay, so now we just add our water and we let this simmer. I'm going to turn it on 250 and get it going that way, and I'll be adding water. Okay, I think this might be the last little bucket of water. Let's see. I think one more might do it. Okay, this should be enough. Yeah, that's plenty. Okay, I'm going to add some seasonings. I got some garlic powder, some thyme, onion powder. No measuring, just eyeball it. It's the best way I can tell you how to do it. I'm going to put in about 4 bay leaves. Okay, and this is some garlic powder. And some thyme. And I'm going to put salt and pepper in here. Not a lot of salt though, but some. Okay, let's see. Okay, that's let me know that the oven is ready for pizza. Okay. Let me get my big spoon and I'm going to stir this up. Okay. Stir this all in. And we're just going to let this go, guys, all day. Alright. So we're going to put this over here. And I'm going to just use our bucket since we've already got it dirty. Leave it over here. And, well, change my mind. Warmed up this pan in their oven. So we're going to put that in there. And clean up some of this mess that we have accumulated. And let me get a little organized because we have chaos. And hey, this is all part of, I don't know, farming, homesteading, whatever you want to call it. But it's life and it happens. So yeah. Well, I'm glad you experienced that with me. That's pretty cool. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to wash up some of these dishes and we'll get on our next little thing that I had planned. Okay, so get some of these dishes done in these bags. Guess I could have put them in the dishwasher, but hey, too late now. I already got everything going. So yeah, it's one of those things. That happens. I mean, it happens to all of us. You know, in a power outage or like a circuit blowing off. To be honest with you, we don't really, I don't think we had a power outage that I know, unless it was in the middle of the night. But the only power that was affected was in the mudroom, so yeah. It's kind of weird, but hey, it happens. And let me see if the pizza's done. I'm going to say about another 5 minutes. Okay guys, I'm going to break for lunch real quick and I'll bring you back and we can finish our day. Okay guys, I have another little project. And I'm drying some seeds. It's from a melon that we got. It's a Korean melon. And it's a little football-shaped type of melon. It's yellow, white stripes. And it kind of tastes like a cantaloupe. So I decided I was going to save the seeds. And I washed them and everything and put them on this paper towel. So now I'm going to transfer them and put them on this plate and let them finish drying that way. So that way I can put them up later on. And then we can try to grow them next year in the garden. But they were a tasty little melon. And like I said, it tasted like a cantaloupe, but more mild taste. There's stickers for them. Okay, this little project is done. Just going to finish letting them dry this way. And we'll put them in a little baggie later on. Okay guys, with some of these peaches that were in the freezer, I'm going to take some out. I'm going to kind of, excuse me, chop them up. Make them a little bit more manageable size. And I'm going to add some sugar to them. And these are peaches from our peach trees last year. Well, I could have canned these peaches, but why not have a fresh pie made? And what we're going to do, we're going to make it another Galette. It's quick and easy. Something I can get done fast. Because we do have the crock pot meal. And there we go. And yes, I broke the top off my sugar. Okay. So I'm going to put in about a little over half a cup of sugar. And I'm going to add some cinnamon into this. I'm going to stir it up and let it sit. Okay. And we'll put these back in the fridge. Okay. For this simple dough, and I don't know if you guys have seen the Galette recipe yet, but I'm going to use 2 cups of all-purpose flour, where's my lid? 2 tablespoons of sugar, and we need a pinch of salt. There we go. And 8 tablespoons of butter, and that's one of these little quarter type of sticks, and we're going to grate it. And we're going to need at least a 1/4 cup of ice cold water. And I have water dispensed in my fridge, so I'll be using that instead. So we're gonna shred our butter. To me, I found out it's easier to mix your ingredients this way, especially with your butter. Okay, I have the water, and we're going to pour in a little bit at a time. But before I forget about it, we will have to chill this dough, and after we make the a little pie, for 30 minutes. So bear with me. We're going to get this going, and we're going to mix in our butter with our flour and our water. And the water should be ice cold, or if you have a fridge like I do that filters water into a pitcher, use it because it's already nice ice cold. Okay, so I'm going to just dust a little bit. And dust my rolling pin. Okay. Okay, kind of like an 1/8 inch thick, maybe. I'm going to use my cast iron. I'm going to put the filling in the middle. And we're going to fold it. Kind of make a crust. It's easier that way. Try to retain some of the liquid. And what we're going to do, we're going to sprinkle some flour in. So that way when it bubbles over, it's not going to be, it'll be thicker while it's cooking. Pop this in, maybe guys closer. So you can see. Okay, I'm going to egg wash this. Just the edges. And then we're going to stick it in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes. And I think this is going to be my go-to quick dessert recipe. Well, dough-wise anyway, for a quick pie, like maybe for a dessert or something. Because this dough comes together so quickly. Like within 5-10 minutes. Now I'm going to take some sugar and I'm going to sprinkle on the edges. Of the crust. And that way it will be all nice and sparkly when it's done cooking. Okay, I'm going to pop this in the refrigerator for 30 minutes and we'll just keep going. Okay guys, it's ready to put our dessert in the oven. It's been chilling for a while, 30 minutes, and I had preheated the oven to 375. We're gonna pop this all in. Does not look great. And like I said, with the flour, it'll all get all nice and thick. So, we're going to cook this or bake this for 50 minutes. And it'll be coming out. So, this is what we're going to have for dessert tonight with the pot roast. And we'll check on the vegetable broth. Okay, timer's on. We're ready to go. We're rocking and rolling with our pie. So let's go over to where our broth is and check on it. Okay, it's all nice and steamy. Give it a good mix. It's coming along nicely. So we'll be canning this up in the morning. So, all right. Here in a little bit, I'll bring you back when we're putting in our vegetables for dinner. So, yeah. In the crock pot, probably another 45 minutes. We'll be adding some of our rest of our vegetables and that. Heat it up, and then we'll have dinner. Okay, guys. We're going to add our veg into our meal. And we're just going to heat these through. And then we'll heat them through for a while, and then we'll have dinner. So this is where I'm going to stop the video for right now, and we'll pick this back up tomorrow when we start canning our broth. Okay, guys, here's our pie. Looks pretty good. We're going to jump into it here in a little bit and try it out and finish watching our movie. Alright, guys, I'll see you tomorrow when we're canning up that broth. Hi guys, it's the next day, and we're going to start processing our vegetable broth. And let me bring it down a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. We're going to strain it. Oops, we got to get all of this out so we can start working with it. I've already washed my jars, and I have them in the oven. vegetables out and straining them. So we get a pot full of juice, and then we're going to can it. I have both of my pressure canners going. Well, will be going. This is a 22-quart roaster. Really, I don't know how much we're going to get. Probably at least I would say at least 2 canner loads. And then all this vegetable stuff will go into the compost. To make soil for next year. So we're just going to let this drain. Keep that balance there. Put the lid back on that. We're just going to let this sit here and drain. I'm going to go get a different little stock pot, so that way we can keep draining this, make this like assembly line type of thing. Blue one probably would work. That way we can get everything going. Okay, I'm getting the first few jars out. And get this all going. Okay. And I found using the measuring cup is a lot easier to fill these jars. And we're going to go to 1-inch headspace. It's really nice golden color. Smells terrific. And this is our vegetable broth, guys. And I'm going to process this for like 40 minutes. Pie for rims. So have you guys canned anything? Yet? I know some people's gardens are doing really well because you guys are actually getting sun. That's not too much. Okay. First 3 going in the canner, people. Get our next cans out. And I'm just using regular mouth, guys. It's liquid, and you know, you don't have to debubble. I use my regular mouth jars for a lot of this stuff and save my wide mouth for veg or, you know, meat. Okay. I think I'm going to have to start up the All-American. Get its water heated up. Because I think we're going to have more than 7 quarts this year. That's good. That was a lot of veg that we had to use up yesterday from the freezer. But other than that, the freezer is holding its own. It's doing good. It was just where somehow the power went out on it. But we had power everywhere else, which is, I don't know, kind of weird. Okay. These guys are going in. Okay, here's our 7th jar for our first canner. Okay, I lubricated my lid. I'll put this on and get the fire going. Now we're going to start working on the old war horse. So let's see what we got here. Well, I got about a pint. Okay guys, poured what was left in this little pint. They're nice to have for like making like a gravy or using it in a base. Canola oil, whatever oil I have, or Vaseline. And we line her up, and we'll start screwing it down. And turn off the oven. We don't need that on. Okay. Now, we'll leave those on. And let them start steaming their steam. And getting ready. And then all the canning for today will be done. And then I can go about getting laundry done, all that other stuff. So anyway guys, thanks for hanging out with me for these last few days. See what I've been puttering around in the kitchen or in the house doing. It was just little odds and ends. I figured I'd bring you along. you guys seem like you did liked it the last time I did it, so why not? Maybe I'll do these from time to time. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with me, guys, and I appreciate all the new subscribers. It's been a blast. It's exciting watching us grow and everything, and yeah, we finally reached over 1,000 subscribers. About time. But anyway, yeah. Just keep on commenting, showing up, watching our videos, share them, like, subscribe, and we'll catch you guys on the next video. You have a great one. Bye now.